Ever wonder why wildfires always seem to hit Los Angeles the hardest? Picture this, a map of the United States. Zoom in on sunny California. There it is. Los Angeles, sprawled out between mountains, canyons, and the Pacific Ocean. A city known for its glamour and sunshine, but also for wildfires that return year after year. But why is LA in a seemingly endless battle with fire? The answer lies in its geography. The city's natural features create the perfect storm for disaster, from its rugged terrain to its fire-prone vegetation and unique climate. In this video, we'll explore how Los Angeles' geography makes it more prone to wildfires and complicates efforts to fight them effectively. Los Angeles' history is rooted in its geography. Early settlers were drawn to the area for its fertile land, ample sunshine, and proximity to natural resources. However, the very features that made it so attractive also made it vulnerable. The semi-arid environment and periodic droughts have always presented challenges for settlers. Yet, as the city expanded, so did its problems. Rapid urbanization in the 20th century led to extensive development into hillsides and canyons, areas naturally prone to wildfires. Los Angeles' rapid growth came with an eagerness to conquer nature. Hillsides were carved into neighborhoods, and once lands became part of the city's fabric. This expansion ignored the natural fire cycles of Southern California, setting the stage for disaster. The sprawling nature of LA, characterized by its patchwork of neighborhoods stretching into wildland areas, was shaped by its rugged topography. This growth pattern placed homes and infrastructure directly in fire's way, creating what we now call the Wildland-Urban Interface, WUI. The WUI is where human development meets untamed wilderness. This vast boundary is growing in Los Angeles, reaching almost 45%. Real estate developers often prioritize scenic views over safety, building homes on steep slopes and in canyons, which are the areas where fire spreads most rapidly. As a matter of fact, data from CoreLogic, a property and risk analysis firm, show that around 1 in 8 properties in California now face very high fire risk. In Los Angeles County, that figure's closer to 1 in 10, with newer buildings slightly more likely to be in wildfire-prone areas than those built before 2000. This created a situation where geography and human ambition collided, amplifying the risk. Los Angeles has a long history of devastating wildfires. For instance, the Bel Air fire of 1961 destroyed nearly 500 homes in an affluent neighborhood, making it a wake-up call for the city. More recently, the Woolsey fire of 2018 burned nearly 100,000 acres, destroying thousands of structures and forced the evacuation of over 250,000 residents. And now, where do I begin? Palisades and Eaton fires are the most destructive to ever hit Los Angeles County. The two fires rank among the top 5 most destructive fires in California's history, having destroyed at least 12,000 structures, according to CAL FIRE. They have burned more than 37,800 acres, approximately 59.1 square miles, in just over a week. Entire neighborhoods have been wiped off the map. Recovery can take years. Placing the area affected on maps of New York and London give a sense of how big that is, stretching from Clapham to Greenwich in the UK's capital, or across large areas of Lower Manhattan and Queens. Professor Erica Fisher, Oregon State University, stated, "The biggest thing to note about these fires in LA is that none of this is surprising. In recent decades, the frequency and intensity of wildfires have increased significantly. Factors such as climate change, prolonged droughts, and urban expansion have worsened this situation, turning what used to be a seasonal issue into a year-round threat. Wildfires today are not just more common, they're also more challenging to predict. Dry lightning storms, erratic winds, and an overabundance of fuel means that fires can ignite and spread with little warning. For Los Angeles, this means being on constant high alert. LA's topography is a major factor in its fire risk. The city is surrounded by mountain ranges like the Santa Monica and San Gabriel Mountains with steep slopes and narrow canyons. Fires in these areas quickly spread, often racing uphill and leaping across natural fire breaks. The Wildland-Urban Interface further complicates matters, as homes are often nestled directly against these fire-prone landscapes. Canyons act as wind tunnels during wildfires, funneling flames and embers at breakneck speeds. This is why neighborhoods in canyons often suffer the worst damage during fires. Furthermore, Los Angeles' Mediterranean climate is another key contributor. Hot, dry summers and minimal rainfall create perfect conditions for vegetation to dry out, turning it into tinder. Periodic droughts exacerbate this, leaving the region with abundant dead and dry plant material that ignites easily. Besides, Santa Ana winds, another hallmark of Southern California, exacerbate the problem. These seasonal winds blow hot, dry air from the desert towards the coast, fanning flames and spreading embers far and wide. Fires driven by Santa Ana winds can cover miles in hours, overwhelming firefighting efforts, and they're only getting stronger by the years. On the other hand, the native chaparral shrubland typical in Southern California is notoriously flammable, with its dense oily foliage that burns intensely. Adding to the problem are invasive species like mustard plants and grasses, which grow rapidly after rains and dry out in the summer, providing easy fuel for wildfires. Moreover, palm trees, a symbol of LA, can act as torches during fires, spreading embers over long distances. Climate change has turned what was once a defined fire season into a nearly year-round phenomenon. Warmer temperatures and extended dry periods mean vegetation remains flammable for much longer. Scientists warn that fire seasons in Southern California could extend by several months, leaving no room for recovery. Unfortunately, Santa Ana winds are becoming more intense. Paired with rising temperatures, the winds make fighting fires even more challenging. Changes in rainfall patterns caused by climate change alter the vegetation types that grow in LA. While some plants may adapt to drier conditions, others become stressed, increasing their flammability and creating more fuel for fires. Additionally, extreme rain events, though rare, can lead to rapid vegetation overgrowth. While this might seem beneficial, it sets the stage for future fires when that growth dries out during drought conditions. But there are ways to mitigate these rough conditions. Learning to coexist with fire. It's hard to imagine that millions of Americans will suddenly stop living near wildlands. That makes it critical to do more to protect homes and communities against fire. One way to reduce fire risk is through careful urban planning. Restricting development in high-risk areas, enforcing stricter building codes, and creating defensible spaces around homes can significantly reduce vulnerability. However, implementing these measures often faces resistance from developers and homeowners. Clearing brush, creating fire breaks, and conducting controlled burns are essential to help slow the spread of fires and protect natural areas and urban development. Controlled burns, while controversial, mimic natural fire cycles and can prevent larger and more destructive fires. Emerging technologies are playing a critical role in firefighting. Drones, satellite imaging, and AI-driven predictive models are helping to detect fires earlier and map their spread in real time, allowing for more effective responses. As wildfires become more frequent and severe, Los Angeles must adapt to this new reality. This means improving firefighting techniques and addressing the root causes of the problem, such as climate change and urban sprawl. Geography will continue to play a central role in reshaping the city's approach to wildfires. LA can develop more intelligent policies that balance growth with safety by understanding and respecting the natural features that contribute to fire risk. Even the current governor of California stated back in 2020, wildfire resilience must become a more consistent part of land use and development decisions. However, it must be done while meeting our housing needs. Wildfires are a part of life in Los Angeles, but with the right strategies, the city can reduce their impact and build a more resilient future. Dr. Colden of the University of California, Merced, stated, "There are lots of disasters we have limited control over," said Dr. Colden, "but fire is one we do have control over. We can control the fuel. We can control what our structures look like. It's hard when it's not fire season to keep up that momentum," she added. "But right now, in the wake of a disaster, every other community that has any kind of fire danger should be looking at what they can change and saying, today's the day we start." What do you guys think? Do you still want to move to LA? Better avoid it, as you should avoid the most dangerous sea route in the world. Go check out this video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories. Thank you for watching.